Good morning, students. In the previous topic, you learnt about the methods of separation. And in methods of separation, we learnt two methods of separation. The first one is hand picking and the second one is threshing. Let us move on to the next method of separation, which is called as winnowing. Winnowing is used to separate components of a mixture by wind. This is usually done by the farmers. How do the farmers do it? The farmers, they usually stand on a raised platform. Raised platform means any area which is a little bit raised. Okay, so they stand on a raised platform and throw the mixture of a grain into the air so that the wind blows away the lighter chaff particles. Now, what are chaff particles? You all know that in the previous topic I told you that in threshing the grain is separated from the stalk. You have got the stalk here and these are the grains. If you all must have noticed the rice. In the rice there are some brown covering on top of the rice. Okay, that covering is called as the chaff or the husk particles. Okay, so what happens, this is the chaff and these chaff are lighter particles, and then you have got the wheat or the rice. So when you stand on top of a raised platform, what will happen, the wind will blow away the chaff. As you can see in the figure, the chaff is blown away by the wind and the grains, they will fall straight down. So in this way the grain and the chaff can be separated from each other. So winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components. That means one component has to be heavy and the other component has to be light. Then only it can be separated by the process of winnowing. Now let us move on to the next method of separation, that is sieving. You all must have seen your mothers kneading the dough. And how do they knead the dough? By the flour. Okay, what is flour? Flour is atta. Now before kneading the dough, what do you mean by kneading the dough? Kneading the dough means atta gundna. Okay, that is kneading the dough. So before that you must have seen your mothers using a sieve. This is a sieve, so that she can get the pure flour. Okay, here she is getting the flour. This is the flour, or you can say the atta. Okay, and when she sieves it with the help of a sieve, what will happen? The atta will come down and whatever impurities, sometimes there can be some particles of husk, just now as I told you, husk particles or the chaff particles which are brown in color. Sometimes there may be chaff particles, then sometimes there may be small worms in it. So all these can be separated by the process called as the sieving. Sieving can also be seen at construction sites. I hope many of you must have seen, if you have seen, gone to any construction site, you must have seen the workers. What do? Just like this. They put a mixture. This is a mixture and this mixture contains everything. There must be stones in it, there are pebbles in it, there are sand particles. All this is a mixture of all these things. Okay, so what do? They make a very big sieve like this. Sieve is actually contains it is a netty substance. Okay, like this. It is a sieve. So they throw this mixture, they put on the mixture on this sieve, and the pebbles and the stones, they remain on top of the sieve, and the sand, that is the pure particles of sand, they come down. So sieving is also used in construction site. Along with that, it is also used at our houses. Okay, now let us move on to the next method of separation, that is sedimentation and decantation. Now what happens, children, sometimes it may not be possible to separate some of the components of a mixture by winnowing or hand picking. Okay, sometimes what happen, you must have seen at your home when your mother before cooking the dal or before cooking the rice, what does she do? She washes it, and while washing it you must have seen that whatever dust particles are there, it comes along with the water. So what is she doing? She is actually using the process of sedimentation and decantation. Now for example, if your mother is taking, here I have shown the example of a mixture that is soil and water. Even if you take soil and water, what will happen? The soil will, after some time, you have to when the mixture is there, you have to allow it to settle down for some time. After 1 or 2 minutes, the sand particles will settle down. So this process is called as sedimentation. Okay, sedimentation means the insoluble substances. Sand is insoluble in water, so what will happen? It will settle down at the bottom of the water, and then after that what can you do? You can pour the mixture in another container or in another glass. So you will get the pure water in this glass, and the sediments, which that is the soil particles, remain at the bottom of that glass. Okay, so this procedure is called as decantation. Sedimentation means settling down the impurities, and then decantation means pouring out the pure liquid. That is what your mother also does when she is washing the rice or the dal. What happens when she washes the rice or the dal? Which is the heavy particle? The heavier particle is the rice or the dal. The rice or the dal, it will settle down, and whatever dust particles are there, it will be thrown away along with the water. So your mother gets the washed dal or the washed rice. So this is done by the procedure of sedimentation and decantation. I hope children this much is clear to all of you. The next methods we will study in the next video. Thank you.